Western Kentucky, I think, right at Alabama. Yeah, they're 28.5 point dogs. And this was an interesting week one for both teams. Western Kentucky just dominated Rice, and I talked a little earlier on the Rice Army video how they were just the perfect matchup against a Rice team that relies on the run, and if they go down early, then they're done for. And that's exactly what happened. Western Kentucky slung it around. I think they went up 21-3 or something, and from that point on, Rice really couldn't just get back in the game, and Western Kentucky probably looked a lot better than they are. But then Alabama also looked like the greatest team in the history of football when they just murdered USC. So this game, I don't think I can really take a side in. The number that I have, I cannot recall without tabbing this, so I apologize right now. I had it at 26, so it was a little low. You know, if I liked the spot or something like that, then maybe I would consider jumping on Western Kentucky here. But the problem is they looked a lot worse than maybe I even have them at. And I was just looking at the schedule. I remember that Ole Miss is on deck for Alabama. And so that's the other point that kind of makes me lean towards that plus 28.5 side is you might get a little flatter Alabama. Not necessarily that they're looking ahead, but just a team that's not going to be 100% focused on manhandling Western Kentucky after a huge USC win, and then the rematch and revenge on losing to Ole Miss. I think back-to-back seasons now. So, and it's a road game, kind of a sandwich spot for them. So I understand playing the 28 and a half in the I have to make a pick contest I'm doing on every game. I did take the points because I think there's a couple points of value just in the number. The problem is X's and O's wise, I hate it. I think Alabama matches up perfectly like Rice didn't match up with Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky's not going to be able to throw on Alabama defense at all. I mean, the pressure that the defensive backs, the best in the world, are able to give and put on receivers. It's literally impossible. I mean, USC has some of the best athletes at receiver. They just can't get open. And then eventually, when you maybe do get open, you've already been sacked because their D lines is in there and your offensive line can't hang. So I actually think the matchup is terrible. My gut just said I got to take the points, but I just don't think it's really bettable. There's not really an edge either way. Situational guys will be all over this Western Kentucky side. I'd be kind of wary of that. I think this could easily get out of hand, and Bama's just not even really trying anyway. So pass for me there, and a pass on the total as well. I didn't mention the number on the total. I know it's moved up a few points, and I don't know if I agree with that either because if Bama just shuts Western Kentucky out because they can't move the ball, they can't throw it on them. It's not going over 61.5 very often. So maybe there'll be some buyback, maybe not. We'll see. But this is one I'm just going to sit back and watch.